Everybody loves big breasts. It doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. As a kid, the way I knew someone was strong by visual appearance is looking at their chest. I'm going to give you guys best tips to grow your chest in the most effective way. Let's get started. Tip number 1, stop bench pressing. Mind-muscle connection. Although many people claim that the bench press is the best exercise to grow your chest, I beg to differ. See, there are so many variants which this exercise could or not work. For example, the length of your arms. If you're either the Trent twins pushing around 500 pounds, then yes, it's the perfect chest builder. The main thing that the bench cannot be as effective in your training, well, pretty much it's an ego show-off lift. Ego can get in the way, reducing the mind-muscle connection. What is mind-muscle connection? Mind-muscle connection is pretty much feeling the muscle that is being worked. And how do we develop mind-muscle connection? As a beginner, you need to start with light weights. As you progress with time, you'll increase the weights as well as your gains. Mass moves mass, but you have to do it with a good mind-muscle connection. Best exercise to feel the mind-muscle connection is any sort of flies, which really isolate the chest and can get all the blood and resistance to your chest. If you feel that the bench press has a good mind-muscle connection, then go ahead. But there might be other alternatives due to your anatomy, which I will get into the second tip. Focus more on incline, know your insertion. Everybody has different chest insertion. If your chest is predominantly lower, then you pretty much won the chest lottery, in which you almost don't need to try. And how do you know your chest insertion? Look at yourself in the mirror. If you're 50% or below body fat, the better. But look how your chest fibers run. Do they run low? Do they run up? What's the largest portion? For example, my chest fibers mostly run up, which I did not know until a few years back. Knowing made my chest grow fuller and better looking. If this is the case for you, these are my 2 top exercises for the upper chest. Incline Smith and the incline seated hammer chest press. You should do these exercises by tip number 3, controlling the eccentric, focus on the stretch. Most people think that by completing the rep at the top in the contraction is where the chest grows, which is actually the complete opposite. The eccentric portion or the stretch is what actually makes your chest grow. Now, how do we focus on the eccentric? It's actually pretty simple, really. Sorry guys, quick note here with my son. In order to feel the stretch better, you need to retract your shoulders and your back, your scapula pretty much. You gotta bring them together because it's gonna help you out. Getting that stretch position in your chest way easier, which will maximize, what is it, Chucky? Gains. Alright, back to the video. Is to slow down on the way down for 1 to 2 seconds and then pressing normally or as fast as you can on the way up. You should really feel your chest deteriorating on the way down. And a good measure to finish your reps is actually at the bottom portion. Once you can get the weight up, you achieved muscle failure, which is the last and final tip. What is muscle failure? Pretty much when you're completing reps and you cannot do a single rep, that's muscle failure. All your sets should be until muscle failure. So follow these tips and I'll guarantee that you'll grow some knockers. Remember, focus on mind-muscle connection while progressive overload, and choose the best exercise that apply that. Focus on your incline exercises and know your insertions can significantly make drastic changes. Controlling the eccentric, focusing on the stretch, that's where the chest really grows. And lastly, reach your sets until you can't do any more reps. Double D's on your way. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great.